Welcome to Ridgeway's Learning for Life video lessons, and in this lesson we are going to be learning a tune called Angel Band. It is the first lesson of the month, which is a gospel tune. This was actually requested by a patron of mine for Mountain Dulcimer, which I did do it for Mountain Dulcimer if you're taking those lessons, but I decided to also do it for Hammered, as some of the people following, some of the students, some of the patrons do both instruments. So we're going to get started, but I do want to thank my patrons for making these lessons possible. It's their heart of giving, their heart of sacrifice. Not everyone can afford lessons, which I 100% understand that, and I 100% get that, believe me. But everybody can afford something, and it's the heart of the patrons that sees that and who give back, and who oftentimes sacrificially give back. It's actually been suggested that I make my lessons private, that I do a subscription like a lot of teachers do. Nothing wrong with that. But I've decided to give back, and I want to give back, and I'm hoping the Dulcimer community also sees that I'm giving back and that they will follow suit as well. That is the way this program stays alive. It's the way the program works. And again, if it wasn't for the patrons, the lessons would either stop or they would become private, and that they would become a fee. So thank you, patrons, for giving. Thank you for your heart of giving. Thank you for your sacrifice. And it is your heart that I am so very thankful for. I hope you're enjoying these lessons. I hope if you're taking these lessons, they're a help to you. They're a blessing. I've been told by some people that my lessons are superior to a lot of the pay subscription lessons, and that I break things down. I make things very, very simple. And I take that as a very, very great compliment. But if you're taking the lessons, one thing I would ask you to do that would very much help this program is to reach to the bottom of your screen, the right-hand bottom of your screen, and you'll see a little like sign on YouTube. If you could click that like sign, that would be a great help to this program. You say, well, I don't know if I like this lesson yet. It really doesn't matter if you like this lesson yet. Let me explain something about that like button. And I have this thing with these like and like thing on YouTube, but that's another subject, another story for another time. What that does is when you hit that like button, it's not an ego boost for me. And if you don't like it and hit the unlike, doesn't hurt me. What that does is when you click that button, that helps with my relationship with YouTube. It helps in the search engines. It helps in the recommended lessons. So when you hit that like button, you are supporting this program by helping spread the word, by helping other people find me, by using YouTube to use this program in their search engines more frequently and higher up on the scale. So if you would just get in the habit when you see these lessons, if you're participating, to hit that like sign, that would be a great help to this program. So thank you for that. So we're going to start the tune. We are going to be basically in the box of G, the box of C, and the box of C over here. And I think that's pretty much where we're staying. So I'm kind of just giving you the roadmap of where we're going to be playing on our instrument. So we're going to start here on G. Then I'm going to roll with my right hand on C, and then come back to G. However, it's played this way. And actually, before we go any farther, let me give you the basic melody, because I know I've had one of the patrons request that as well, and I sometimes forget to do that, and I apologize. But let me do this. We're not going to give you the whole song melody. We're going to do it phrase by phrase, but we're starting here with this. G, G, A, G, C, C, A, G. Again, G, G, A, G, C, C, A, G. If you need to stop and memorize that, stop there. Then you're going to play G, C, D, E, D, C. And that's as far as we're going to go. So make sure that is memorized. 'Memorized. 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 ' We're using a cross bridge harmony. You're playing the G, you're rolling on the C, and coming immediately back to that G. You could hit them together, but so many things you can do. So you'll play that, and your right hand will play C, E, G, a line chord. If you want to play it this way, in other words, right, left, right, that's fine. If you want to play right, 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 whatever is more comfortable for you. Then A, G, and you can come back down the same way you went up. Or you can go up twice. But coming back down gives it a little more variation. Make sure that's memorized. Then go up to your C, hit the C, and then you're going to fill in with this C chord, this triangle. So your left hand's playing C, your right hand's playing E, your left hand's playing G, then back to C. So you're playing left, right, from the beginning. Let's finish this tiny little part. You're going to go back to A, G, and do that same line chord. So from the beginning. Then you're going to play G, C, filling in there with that same chord. Up to D, E, using this triangle. So let's do that again. D, E, and you're playing E, G, C. Back to E, D, C, and you're doing an arpeggio all the way up, so you're doing a left flag, So make sure that's memorized, and really make sure it's memorized before you move on. So I'm going to just show you a couple different variations to what we've already learned. You could play and what you're doing there is you're playing this, you're starting off the same way, then you're playing C, D, E, A, G. And you, instead of repeating this here again, you could go, which gives you even more variation. Or, which is yet another way to do it. So let's put that into it, because I'll show you one more thing you can do. When we go up to this E, you could do a run up to it if you'd like. So what you're doing is you are catching this E, G, and E. So I ran up and back down. So let's play it that way one time through. Sorry. Sorry. Somebody had said to me that they wished I provided the tablature, or that I would share the tablature or the music for some of my lessons. And I just wrote them back and I said, I don't have tablature or the written music for these lessons, that I'm doing all this from my head and I'm just doing it as I go. And that's why you see a lot of variation, because when I sit and actually think what I'm doing, it's actually much harder than just letting my hands play. And that's something that I'm trying to teach in these lessons. So if you learned that phrase, either way you play it is simply repeated. So let's do it again. As I'm thinking. Then it starts again. And again, why I keep mixing it up a little bit. But if you've memorized it, you should have no problem following this. So I'm going to play it again twice through. Here we go. But I would really mix it up. I'm doing this for consistency's sake, but I would mix it up and not do it the same way twice. I've given you a couple different things to do. Here's your next phrase. So you're playing D, D, E, D, C. And then you're going to repeat that. D, D, E, D, C. Let's play with the basic melody up to that point. That's your first phrase, and then you repeat that. Then here's where we're picking up. So let's do that little phrase. So here's what we're playing. We're playing this D using cross bridge harmony. I'm hitting them together. We're using this triangle here. We've talked about these triangles before. Up to the E, using this triangle, which we've already played. You're playing the E, G, C, and I'm catching that D. Then you can do that run up that we've been using, the left flag. repeat it. So from the beginning, you notice how you learn a phrase and it's repeated, you learn a phrase and it's repeated, and that is how this song works. So I switched it up there again. Instead of going, I use this C chord. See, and I want to explain this. You know, I went from this chord to this chord shape, the left flag, to this triangle. So many people look at music as a bunch of notes on a piece of paper and not on their instrument. They don't realize it's not what's on the piece of paper. You have these different options, and that's really why I want you to learn these triangles and these runs and these arpeggios so that you can learn to mix them up. And I do apologize if it's confusing. It's actually confusing to me to play the same thing the same way every single time, because it's actually more thinking than just letting your hands play. So I'm hoping to really, through time, help you to be able to mix this up. One more time. Here's the other way. So let's do the third phrase, which will also be repeated. It's going to start on A. And you're playing A, C, C, D, C, A, G, C, C. Again. And this is just going to be short because there's not a lot of embellishment in this little section. Sorry. So we're just going to continue with this because there isn't a lot. I'll just embellish it for you. You could do a left flag there and then come back down if you'd like. Then G, C. Filling in with that C chord. So let's do this. C up to D using our triangle. Again. G, triangle, D, and again, you should know these triangles by now. So, watch closely. And you know, we've talked about the triangle. If you're on a mark, if you're above a mark, if you're below a mark, if you're not familiar with that, review those lessons. And then you can do a little triplet. You're playing right, left, left. You're playing D, E, D, C. Again. Then you're repeating that. And then you can end it here with that arpeggio. So that's the entire song. I'm going to play it from the very, very beginning, very slowly. Repeating it, and again I'm doing a little different. I'm not trying to, but sorry. So I hope that I hope you enjoy this. I hope the lesson helps. I hope you mix it up a little bit. Try to play it differently. Don't try to play it exactly like I'm playing it. Try to mix it up on your own. Take it slow. Again, I think so many people just want to learn a song and that's their focus. You know, when I teach workshops, very, very, very rarely do I teach a tune workshop, because to me, the embellishing, anybody can sit there and pick out the melody, but it's the learning to embellish and mix it up. And that's why you want to take your time with these tunes. If you're on a tune for a month, you're doing wonderful, because you're actually learning it to play it not from just memory, but embellishing it as you're playing it, mixing it up different each and every time. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, patrons, for giving. We will see you all very, very soon.